Oh, Mr. Stratos, you make me laugh so hard. I love you, Stratos. This is my Stratos opponent who is opponenting me, for he is Stratos. It's a TvP on the ladder in the Masters League, and he is going to scout me because that is what Protosses do. I never understood why they send their scouts so damn early. Like, isn't it gonna delay your everything to have this guy like doing a little dance and making a little love and getting down tonight? Like, that's a little crazy. And then he's like, I'm not gonna send him home. I'm gonna come over here and then go back over here. Like, what? Don't you need this man to mine? Doesn't he earn you money? Crazy, crazy. But it's pretty universal among TOS, so it must be beneficial, and I'm not TOS, so I will not criticize. I will just, emphasize? Stipulize? Mickletize? Mickletize! I will mickletize it. So, reactor first, and then tech lab, and then a marauder, because if you don't have a marauder out by 5 minutes, you are going to be harassed by this stalker man, who is doing his stalker man thing, and he's going to stalker man you in the face. We can look at what my opponent is doing, but it's a secret, because in the game, I do not scout. I am not that kind of man. No siree. I'm going to make a Reaper to scout after I make my marauder. Marauder. Yeah, dude. Ja, I shall now make my stim. Often, if I plan to push, I will make concussive shells first, and then stim later. In this case, I have gone stim just because that's how I roll, mother. That's just how I roll. So I'm making a Reaper to scout, but I'm also sending these dudes because until about 6:30, you can expect never to see more than 3 Protoss units. And you notice I'm pointing to all 5 of these Protoss units and saying, "Oh!" And the reason he has 5 Protoss units, my friend, is because he chrono boosted the monkey load out of this cybernetics score. Usually, Protoss warp-in research will not finish until 6:15. So to have 5 units at this point tells me something. It tells me that he didn't chrono boost his workers, which means that at 6 minutes and 20 seconds, he only has 24 workers. Okay, Protoss, learn to Protoss. Make more workers than this. This is not enough workers. You have done it wrong. You have mistaken yourself, my friend. But cutting workers did manage to allow him to completely mop up my early harass without any losses and get tons of damage done, which, you know, I guess that kind of almost makes... No, that doesn't make up for having no workers. Make more workers, my friend. I also seem to only have 24 workers at 7 minutes. That's a little crazy. I must have supply blocked myself because that's how I roll. Anyway, here comes my Reaper, because he is a hero. He's like, "Hero Reaper, I know your army isn't in your base, so I will hero all over your face." And he got a whole kill, guys. He is a hero. He got a kill and a kill. He also reduced the dude's income because he had to run away. And like all good players, he is getting a 7-minute expansion. Let me explain expansion timings, mother monkeys, because 1 base, max income, 28 worker, maybe 30. If you have 2 of them building buildings, you need to have 28 of them mining, and it's all good. That happens around 8 minutes. So if your expo isn't done by, you know, 8.5 or 9 minutes, you're wasting potential monies, and you will be behind anyone who did have an expo by then. So really, 7 minutes is normal expo timing. Between 4 and 6 is early, and anything other than that is called a 1 base. So he's going for a 7-minute, which means normal. He's gonna basically just nice and defensively strongly get an expo at a normal time rather than at an early time like most Protosses these days do. Now he knows nothing. He knows nothing. Look at his knowledge. He has no knowledge. Oh, he sees all my buildings with this observer, but that is the first time he has seen them. He didn't see the second starport. Oh, he thinks there's going to be tanks. But look what he's doing with his observer. He's like, "Do you have an expo?" "No." "Interesting. Do you have a expo over here?" "No." "Interesting. And you do..." Oh, fuck. So now he is lost because of what his observer has shown him. He says, "I lose. Crap." So here comes the 10-minute push. I'm shooting for 37 workers. I have 35. That is close to 37, but it's not the same number. If you guys know what numbers are, that's not the same one. 3350 plus $300 of researches is actually a little bit ahead of benchmark, but that might just be because I cut workers. I lost 2 workers. I gained 100 army. How does this... with 37 workers, I'm oversaturated, so every worker I make is kind of reducing my army and not increasing my income. So to lose a couple of them will make my push weaker because workers are the best tanking unit Terran has. but it will make my army size larger, so it's all good. So I don't know why I knocked down the gold rocks. Oh, I guess I do know why I knocked down the gold rocks. Knocked down the gold rocks so I could take a gold base. Duh. So he is already lost because he has decided to say nice all-in faggot and then lose, because that is how he rolls. He's making Colossus, but they're not going to be done in time. It's very unfortunate for him. My PDD is like, I will absorb all the damage you would not otherwise have done to me, because I am an idiot and I throw down PDDs too early. And now I'm just going to kind of let my Banshees do damage while my Marines kind of spread out along this line and sing happy songs. As you can see, from the very first second of this battle until the very end of this battle, I am doing much better than he is in damage done. I'm keeping these skivvies in the back kind of because there's no zealots. It's not really intentional, but they only need to be in the front when there's zealots. Or a big group of army peoples. So even though that's normally I'd be like, oh, the positioning of my SCVs was terrible, it was terrible. In this game it didn't matter. It was like, the zealots are already dead. I don't care. So this Colossus comes out for 3 seconds and gets 9 kills and just proves to the world that had he made his Colossus earlier, he would have been able to hold this push easily. But proving things to the world is not nearly as beneficial as winning games. So he regrets probably the timing of that Colossus. It came out in time to prove himself. It did not come out in time to save the game. So here comes my 3 Banshees and a little tiny smattering of M&M and some skivvies. And as long as the Banshees don't die, he's forced to continually warp in Stalkers because he's afraid of these Banshees. When you think about it, the Marines and the Marauders are doing so much more damage per minute per dollar than the Banshees, so really the correct decision here would be to make a bunch of Zealots and kill my dangerous units and then be like, well, I guess there's still Banshees, but at least I killed the scary stuff, and then warp in Stalkers later to deal with the Banshees. But instead people are always like, Banshees, I must continually warp in Stalkers to deal with it, but with Marines and Marauders under them, the Stalkers just kind of melt like cheesy, buttery grossness. They're just like... So, bing da bing da bing da la 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 la. You know what I'm saying? The bing da bing da bing da la 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 la. Anyway, yeah. Here comes my gold base. It's a little bit late, man. Why even get it if the dude already left? It's just not right. It's just not right. So I have a Protoss sparring partner, and we have fencing swords, foils you might call them, fencing foils. They're just kind of like a pokey. Their pokey end isn't as pokey, and you fence and you shoot each other in the face with them or something. Okay, we don't actually do that. We play StarCraft against each other occasionally. And he says that the one base all-in is so passé now, and that nobody at the higher ends of the pro scene are doing it anymore because the solution is just to go 3-gate fast Colossus, and it beats every single one of the one base all-in. So if you're a Protoss, he's very good. He's better than I am, and I would take his word for it. Though I feel like a fast Colossus build is just gonna lose earlier before the Colossus come out. Maybe maybe if I don't see it or something. Anyway, whatever. Bye.